In looking at how research on life conditions that accelerate telomere shortening illustrates the joint influence of heredity and environment on biological aging, we see a few different influences that can affect the telomere. Environmental factors such as a stressful upbringing, persistent emotional stress, and even caring for an older adult with dementia. All of these can cause the stress that in turn can shorten the telomeres. When it comes to heredity, if there is a history of obesity, diabetes, and even poor maternal nutrition during pregnancy, all of these can result in shorter telomeres, especially in the kidney and heart tissue sections. So, from what we have seen here, your heredity and the environment in which you have grown up in and live in currently, they all have a physical effect on you even at a cellular level. But to end this on a positive note, however, we see that when adults make positive lifestyle changes, this includes the changes to their environment, their telomeres respond accordingly, and they begin to produce longer telomeres. In looking at why people in a committed relationship are more likely to be sexually active and more likely to be satisfied than those who are dating several partners, we must challenge two of the major stereotypes that are many times just accepted as fact. The first is that marriage is sexually dull, and that the people who engage in casual dating have the hottest sex. However, this is not the case. According to our book, among adults who are in committed relationships, more than 80% reported feeling extremely physically and emotionally satisfied with their sex lives. When married couples are figured in alone, we see that percent rise to 88%. In contrast, as the number of sexual partners increases, the overall sexual satisfaction declines sharply. However, as the book also points out, that sexual frequency is only able to predict life satisfaction only in the context of a satisfying relationship. More frequent sex does not add to happiness. This is mainly due to the second part of that lasting relationship that we spoke about a moment ago, that of feeling not just sexually satisfied, but emotionally satisfied as well. We need both to be developing properly. In looking first at how expertise affects information processing, we see that after the years of studying, the expertise leads to longer-lasting benefits. Such benefits as being able to remember and reason more quickly and effectively. This comes as a result of the ability to know how topics connect and correlate to one another on a deeper level. We see furthermore that expertise is necessary for creativity, as for adults, what is creative for us is not the same as what was creative for us as children. Mature creativity requires a unique cognitive capacity, that is, the ability to formulate new, culturally meaningful problems and the ability to ask significant questions that have not been asked before. This can be seen within the new movement from the solving of problems to that of problem finding, in which we seek out new, unknown problems that we in turn can begin to work on solutions for. In examining the student and college environmental characteristics that contribute to favorable psychological changes during the college years, there are several ways that this shapes the college student. Students become better at reasoning about problems that have no clear solutions. They grow in their ability to debate in what they are able to identify are in that they are able to identify the strengths and weaknesses of opposing sides of complex issues, and their attitudes and values here are broadened. College as well has been shown to leave its mark on moral reasoning by fostering concern with individual rights and human welfare. In addition, exposure to multiple worldviews has the encouraging effect of causing the young people to look more closely at themselves. These all lead to a greater self-understanding, enhanced self-esteem, and a firmer sense of their own identity. The cultural changes that lead to the emergence of the period known as emerging adulthood often lengthen the amount of time it takes which this period of emerging adulthood to exist, or which causes this period of emerging adulthood to exist. For example, many new entry-level positions now require more education than ever before. This in turn causes more people to have to go to school, where our grandparents would have just had to have a high school degree. To get the same entry-level position, it may now require 2 or even 4 years of college on top of it all. This is pushing adulthood and adult responsibilities to the 20s for young people. This in turn also delays financial independence and career commitment, leading to later settling down and our new social clock being pushed back, as we have to adjust for these new changes that have now become the new normal. According to Levinson, the life structures of men and women have some major differences, both of which affect their development. Firstly, looking at the life structures of men, we see the development of the constructed dream, the image of themselves in the adult world that guides their decision making. This is the path that is often characterized as their career or what they want to get most out of life. For women, we see this dream occur as well. However, many times this dream becomes what Levinson calls a split dream, in which the women want both marriage and a career. We see this further with women as career development extends often into middle age. However, around the age of 30, there is a transition towards settling down and finding a life partner. This is where both men and women are trying to find their place in life with a partner to share it as well.